Hello and welcome back to another video. Before we get started, I would want to say that this is basically a better review compared to the last one. I was kind of not into it, I guess. So this is a more better review than the last one. So yeah. Anyways, this is the high grade GQuuuuuuX from 2025. Well, starting off with appearances here, it is very interesting. I believe this is supposed to be designed by the same person who designed Evangelion units, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of people have been all over this because it's kind of a collab in a way with the designer. Yeah. I'm not really a whole lot into the backstory of how this kit came to be, or this Gundam has came to be, but the design overall is very out there. It's like, if you had this on your shelf, it would stand out quite a lot. At least I would imagine, because it has such a unique design with the legs here. It's very sleek, very smooth, and it has a lot of like revealing details. There's canisters in the thighs, there's canisters in the legs. I'm not sure what they do, but there's also a like a pipeline going like around the thigh there, as well as it also having armor around that wire to protect it, which is very interesting in my opinion. This kit does have a lot of stickers. This is the entire sticker sheet. A lot of it is for a lot of small details, especially the head camera. The head camera is a very unique style of head camera. It's like 4 circles, but that is a sticker. You also get a sticker for that line up on the V-fin. You also get stickers, separated stickers for the eyes actually. They are not one piece, they are separated, and you have 2 options there, which is interesting. The chest piece has a sticker here. There's 3 yellow stickers around here. And the Pomeranian, of course. There's a sticker for that right there. These 2 lines on each thigh are a sticker. Oh yeah, you also have 2 shiny stickers on these little collar things, which I don't like. If there's like any type of sticker that I don't like, it's the ones that are tiny, but you also have to fold it over a piece. And that's what these ones are, and those are weird. The legs don't have any stickers, but well, there is supposed to be a yellow sticker right here, but I decided to paint that with yellow acrylic because I think it would be better to have paint over the sticker, because the sticker that is used is number 20 and 21, which are basically, they just fold over on the outside and they don't fold in on the inside. So the inside of the foot of that area here would be uncovered, which means over time, the more that you play with your Gundam, your fingers will or something will knock that, it will knock the sticker and peel over time, which is not great. There is another sticker sheet, which is unique to this kit. A lot of red trims, which I have not put all of these on. I will not be putting all of these on. But for example, there's red trim. That's what these stickers are on the shoulders. There's some on the thighs that I put here, as well as the red trim over here on the lower legs. But overall, that's pretty much the stickers right there. There's a few. I think there's one on the rifle that comes with it. Oh yeah, there are stickers on the canisters here as well. But yeah, so now moving on to the articulation of this, we do have a I would say triple, 3-joint neck. There is a swivel on the top of the head. There's a ball joint going down into the neck, and there's another ball joint going down into the chest. So you do have quite a bit of range there. You can look up that far, and it can look down that far. It can do a full 360. Oh yeah, I will say, these are the little black dots that are on around the V-fin. Those are painted in black acrylic. There's this bit right there is fading off. But yeah, there is that. There is an ab crunch. You get double joints. You have an ab crunch there and a little bit of a bend there from the ball joint into the waist there. You do have butterfly joints in the upper by the shoulders here. You go up and they can go forward and back like so. They can also go upwards, or is it downwards? Yeah, well, slightly. There's not much range in that, I feel like, but you do get a bit of motion there. You do have your standard shoulder joint, which can go up that far. Yeah, that's as far as it goes, actually. You can do that 360-degree spin, 360-degree bicep swivel, a single point bend at the elbow, and your standard ball joint wrist. The shoulder does also swivel as well, which gives it that nice extra bit of motion. Going onto the backpack here, you do have a 360-degree swivel right there. Well, technically there's a swivel here and a swivel here. They all do 360s unless something gets into the way of doing that. So you do get 360 degrees. So you can pull off some really weird poses with the backpack alone. Moving down to the legs, or well, yeah, the legs. I will say one of my issues with this is that this has a ball joint that goes into the waist here, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I forgot to get my high grade Leo. I think the high grade Leo does that same mechanism where the ball joint goes into the waist. But I forgot to get the high grade Leo for this review. However, I would compare them because I feel like the high grade Leo, even though it uses polycaps, I believe, I think it does it better than this. Because this, I don't know if you've noticed, but it is a bit wobbly or a bit loose. It is a bit loose there. I haven't messed with this kit too much, but I will say I think that's something that you should watch out for, is that little ball joint there. But anyways, kick forward to the front is insane. Kick backwards is insane. I will say though, these kicks going upwards and backwards do require you to move the leg outwards a little bit. So straight forward, that's as much as you're going to get, about 90 degrees straight forward. Straight backwards, yeah, about this much. But that's only by going straight forward and back. Full split. Okay, no, I don't think you can do the full splits because these armor bits do get in the way. So I think that's as much as you're gonna get for the splits. Thigh rotation, about 90 degrees backwards, and you get a little bit going inwards. This sticker over here, I noticed, is not staying put. And this part falls off too. which does have a swivel if you untap it from the slot there. Okay. Well, moving on, we have a single point bend at the knee, which is really nice. The feet here is attached by a ball joint and socket. You do have a decent amount of range. Technically, the foot can do a 360, I believe, but realistically, because of this little bit right here, about this much is all you're gonna get for the front, technically speaking, when it's on the ground, of course. And backwards, you're actually gonna get a lot more going backwards. So there is that. Outwards, about that far. Inwards is about that far. So that's actually quite nice. Especially because of how the armor is designed. I think it's the armor that's actually limiting the, I think it's the, wait, is it the ball joint? I think it's the ball joint, actually. The ball joint is actually a little bit off-centered from the peg itself, which actually does give it that amount of range going outwards versus inwards. But yeah, so that is the articulation for the GQuuuuuuX. So moving on to the accessories here. So we do have the widespread hands that have been on this kit the entire time. Widespread. You also get a pair of fists, or holding hands, actually, not fists. Well, they can be, but mostly they are holding hands. They do attach onto the Gundam just like your standard ball joint wrists. However, I will want to mention something. When you, not the rifle, when you hold, well, it's the problem with the hand, actually. For some reason, this hand, the back of the armor piece here, that you pull off for like sandwich holding, this piece falls off for a lot for some reason when I'm trying to pose it with an, like, okay, so let's say I have the Heat Hawk in the hand and I want to pose it. I move the arm a little bit, I move the wrist a little bit. This usually pops out. Like, if I knock the axe, if I knock the Heat Hawk out of the hand, usually this back armor plate would fall off. Actually, I'm gonna put this on to see if it'll happen during the review sometime. It most likely won't because it's on camera, but we'll see what happens. So that is what it looks like when it is holding it. And what else do I want to go over right now? We have an extra head, which is the, oh gosh, which is the closed variant. This also is the reason why there is a bit more extra stickers on this sticker sheet, because the fins, the yellow bit on the fins are extra stickers. And there's also another sticker on that little camera bit in the center there. But yeah, that is the closed variant. I will say I would prefer the opened variant over the closed one. But I guess I can show you what that looks like too. Simple, it just pops off the ball joint and you just put the other head on like so. And that is what that looks like. But like I said, I prefer the open variant. Oh wait, I didn't even notice that. I just realized the back of the hand popped off like I mentioned before. But yeah. I'll just leave this off. I don't want to deal with it. I'll just put this one back on. Okay, next up we have the rifle. Oh yeah, this is the Heat Hawk, by the way. The silver bit is not, there's no sticker for that. That is painted with the silver acrylic paint that I had. Anyways, this is the rifle. It's very unique. I love the fact that it has bright colors on it, like white and yellow. It gives me a certain vibe from like a video game of some kind. There is a sticker in the center down there, which I do think it's hard to get on after building it, because you would have to stick something down between these little two bits that stick out. So I would probably prefer putting the sticker on before putting the two pieces together. But yeah, this interesting. I don't think that's supposed to come off, but this would be your standard sandwich holding hand, a sandwich style when trying to put it into the hand. Just remove the back of the hand, and actually I can show it off here since it's already open. So you just put the hand like that, and you put the back of the hand on like so, like that. And that is the holding hand attached. And here is the shield, which is very unique. I've never seen a Gundam that has a shield like this, I believe. It's very hockey goalie feeling. Feels like a hockey goal. Their little arm pads, I think, that they have. And next we have the beam sabers. You get two of these, two unique beam effects. Of course, it holds like any other beam saber, just in the hand, sandwich style, of course. And to store these, you can actually just pull it off like that. Just remove the beam effect, and you can store these on the back, on these pegs here, like so, like something like that. I will say, I don't like putting these on the back here, because if you have these beams handles just stored on the back here on the pegs, I will say, messing with this kit, it feels like this could break over time. So I wouldn't prefer keeping these on, because when you're handling with the kit, if it's just on the shelf, it's fine. But if you're always handling with this kit, I would say be careful, because you wouldn't want your hand to like press down on that bit, because it does wiggle. It does wiggle quite a bit, and I that makes me feel like the peg could break at some point. So just be aware of that. And there is one more accessory that I want to go over. I'm trying to put this beam effect back onto the thing, because that's how I'm going to keep it. So here is this piece right here. This is really, really interesting to me. It looks weird. I mean, it's unique, but this is the cockpit section of the core fighter. And that is what it looks like when it's like flying around, which is interesting. But yeah, so that is, well, I also will mention, this is very color inaccurate. So there is going to be a lot of paint. There are no stickers for this, by the way. So you will have to paint this up if you want it to be color accurate. But yeah, so it just attaches on the front of the thrusters here, which I will say is quite interesting, because the thrusters are huge compared to the cockpit section. But yeah, so you just pull that off, and then you put the peg into the hole, and just like that, you fold it down, and that is the thruster backpack attached to the GQuuuuuuX. You can tell I'm having trouble with this sticker. I don't know why it's not sticking. Anyways, but yeah, that is the high grade GQuuuuuuX. Moving on to a little bit of some comparisons here. We do have the high grade RX-78-2, and the one of the weapons slid out of the back. There is the high grade Barbatos. So quite average for a Gundam. Makes sense. Two a bit larger kits. We have the Lightning Z Gundam and the full armor unicorn. So there it is with those as a comparison. So it is quite small compared to the unicorn. By the way, I might do a review on this guy at some point. Don't know when. I'm still a little bit busy with classes, but break is coming up soon, so I might be able to make more reviews when I'm more free. But yeah, so this is the high-grade GQuuuuuuX. Do I recommend this kit? Well, yes. However, there are some issues that you have seen quite a bit throughout the video. The back of the hand, for some reason, does not like to stay. It likes to fall off every now and then. The joint here in the torso, the ball joint going into the waist, I'm not a huge fan of that. But if you can look past it, it's fine. I will say though, it is kind of loosening up a bit, which is not ideal. But there's one more, I think. Wasn't there one more issue? I think it was a sticker. Oh, yeah, this sticker right here, I don't know why it's not sticking, but, yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention. You do get a swivel right here at the cuff, I guess, the arm cuff. You do get a swivel at that bit right there. But yeah, so do I recommend this? Yes, but just be aware of some minor loose parts, some stickers that might not be sticking, and the waist and the ball joint in the waist. But yeah, so that is the high-grade GQuuuuuuX. Leave a like and subscribe if you want some more reviews like this. I hope this one was better than the last review. So I think that's everything that I wanted to show off this time. But yeah, so that's it for this review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.